But even if you are looking for this must not be your primary criteria. And if you are angry with me, don't be, because I am telling it to my younger self. If I get a chance to talk to my younger self, here are the 5 things I'm gonna tell him. You know why? Because I know that at least these 5 things he is not gonna learn in school or college. But before I go ahead, let me clarify that these 5 things are not universal, and it is not also limited to only 5 things. There may be other things which are more important or less important based on different people, different perspective. But these are the things which I wanted to tell to myself when I was approximately 14-15 years of age. Out of these 5 things, 4 things you are gonna say yeah, okay, but the 5th thing is controversial. So let's go ahead and talk about all these 5 things. So let's get started. Here is the first thing which I am gonna tell to my younger self. The world is not defined. I know you might be confused by this. Let me clarify. When we talk about schools and colleges, I'm not saying that they are not good, they are bad. They are good. And they teach us things like mathematics and science, which is not only required but also a backbone for anything we do in future, right? But the way we are being taught in school, think about it. Our most precious years, 3-4 years to 22-23 years of age, the most precious years of a human being, of a human life, we spend in schools and colleges, and we learn something called syllabus, which means that people will be teaching us, and at the end of the semester or year they will be taking some exams, and they will be asking questions based on whatever they have already taught us in last year or last years, right? But the world is not defined. We cannot learn too many things in the defined way. For example, let's assume that we are being taught how to cross the road. We are being taught that you should wait for red lights for vehicles and green light for walking before you can cross the road. Fine, that's the defined statement. But what will happen if somebody doesn't want to respect the red light? This is something nobody teaches us, right? And if we go to a world which is unexpected, not as we have learned in last 15-20 years, then it will take lots of time for us to respond accordingly. But in this particular case, it may end up in disaster, because this is a situation we are not being taught. And in the schools and colleges, we think that everything is defined. We are going to be asked questions only on the things which are being already told to us. Life is not like that. Life is totally unexpected. Nobody will give you a syllabus before taking your exams, especially the life path, life exams. It doesn't comes out of syllabus. Of course, we learn those things. We should, we must. It's a good thing. But life is not defined, and every actions of the life doesn't comes out of a syllabus. I hope you understood what I'm trying to tell. Now let's come to thing number 2, which I want to tell to my younger self. Sales is everything. Now, I was an introvert person, and I lost badly in some scenarios because of this particular nature. Now, sales is everything means each and every day, every point of time, we do sales. Sales is not a job of salespersons only. If a kid is asking for a toy by giving a reason to his parents, then that particular kid is a salesperson. The kid is selling something. We put out our CVs, sales. We go for interview, sales. We put our PhD thesis, sales. We negotiate better deal even with our next door shopkeeper, sales. Sales is everywhere. We need to sell ourselves day in and day out. It doesn't matter what we did, what we achieved in the past, because those things will only help us in getting to the door of an opportunity. But beyond that door, to crack an opportunity, we need what we call it as sales. Okay. Even today, it's very difficult for me to get out of my introvert shell to come out and start selling myself. Sales is everything. So whenever possible, wherever possible, learn the skills of selling. So here is the third thing which I want to tell my younger self. politics is everywhere. It is not limited to your country, political landscape of the country, state, or city. It is everywhere. It is there in school, it is there in college, it is there in your office, your home, or anywhere you go. Politics is everywhere. And we should not look politics as something, untouchable thing. No, it's not. Politics is everywhere and we must learn about it so that we can politically deal with many scenarios in our lives. So if you can take any political leader or leaders you follow or you like, can you tell me why? Because the political leader is very good in verbal reasoning and that resonates with the person who follow that particular political leader, right? Not everything comes out of data, and if you give data to political leaders, they are smart enough to know how to take these things into account. And at the end of the day, it's all mind games. It's not about somebody is having less, somebody is having more, and then somebody is having more gonna win all the time. No. And that quality comes by looking into political leaders, trying to understand political landscape, reading about past political gurus, and all those things does help. Does gives you an edge when it comes to a unexpected, unknown scenario or situations. Now the fourth thing which I want to tell my younger self is that there will be tomorrow. Now, I don't know the person who coined the term that, live life as if there is no tomorrow. Well, what if there is? What if there is tomorrow? Most of the time when we are students, school or college students, we do not worry about future. We don't even think about future beyond, I'll go to Stanford and my life will be set. I'll go to this company, I'll join job, my life will be set. It doesn't happen like that. Beyond that, we don't think. Also, have you observed that students, when they look into old people, they look at them as if they are a different species from a different planet. They don't realize that they are them at some later point of time. They are not different species. And that's the precise reason I say that, students don't think too much, right? But it doesn't hurt. It will not hurt if you think for a longer term, because there will be tomorrow and that tomorrow will need your plan from today. So there will be tomorrow, and if you remember this, you are gonna end up taking better decisions for your life. And here is the fifth and last thing I am gonna tell to my younger self, but this is controversial and you don't need to agree to this, okay? But this is what I felt. And you know what? The fifth thing is that the first person or first few persons, if they manage to disturb your hormonal balance, they may not be your soulmate. Though you might have understood what I'm trying to say, but you want more explanation. Okay, here it is. There is nobody sitting upstairs and pulling the strings where you can meet your soulmate. And even if there is someone, the person has better things to do. Okay. Now, I don't like this term called childhood sweetheart, right? This term is being glorified a lot in music videos, movies, stories, and it has created a kind of peer pressure where everyone wants to be part of that story. But if you think about the odds against you being the hero of that story, very small. There is a world out there and there will be a lot of time to find the right one. Okay, but even if you are looking for this must not be your primary criteria. And if you are angry with me, don't be, because I am telling it to my younger self. Okay, so those were the 5 things I wanted to tell to my younger self. I hope and believe that you like this video. Thank you all. Thanks for watching. We will definitely meet again. Until the next time we meet, good day, goodbye. You take care.